consultant who deals with hostage negotiations, Daren Knight. He runs his own security firm and is also a former Royal Marines commando. Morning, Judith. Thank you for joining us. First of all, obviously to us it would seem very complex, but how would Judith's release have been negotiated?
Well, Judith wouldn't have been specifically targeted herself, while Judith and her husband would have been specifically targeted themselves. So it was more of an opportunity targeting from the resort. So as opposed to a specific target, they would have already known Judith's background, who her family were, etc. So they would have had information. This time, they would have got the information from Judith. So they would have found out the point of contact to get in touch with. They would have initiated the contact. From there, once they got in touch with the family would have realised that there was a hostage situation and then have taken in the services of a specialist hostage negotiator who would have gone through the negotiation process.
There will be people listening who would say, surely it can't be too much of a step jump to say, do the deal, give fake money, release the hostage and kill the people who took her.
Yeah, it's very much more complex than that. I mean, for a start, to actually hand over ransom money is in most places an illegal activity anyway. So, for example, last summer, some British and American operatives were actually arrested and charged in Somalia for being caught with ransom money. I mean, initially they were actually convicted and given 10 and 15 years each. I mean, that was then turned in an appeal, and they were then released. But you know, you can't just walk into these places with a load of money and then hand it over. And the money is checked, the cash is checked, you know, and also the use of military intervention. That's another extremely difficult one as well, because military intervention won't be given until it's absolutely confirmed that the safety of the hostage is secured.
And presumably there must have been some UK government involvement here. Presumably they have either agreed, accepted, or turned a blind eye to the giving of this money, because in most cases we hear our government saying we will not give in to these hostage takers.
Yeah, no, that's commonplace, not just in the UK, but throughout the world, in a lot of countries, is that they do not endorse the paying of ransoms, because there's the fear that this is going to perpetuate the problem and, you know, just give the green light to hostage taking. So the government would not endorse something like this.
But they may have helped?
Officially, absolutely no. Officially, no, because they do not endorse the handing over of ransom money at all.
And just lastly, there may be, I don't know, but there could be people who will think, okay, you go to a place you're not familiar with, you go to a place with occasions where hostage taking has taken place before. Are these places, however much local economies rely on tourism, are these places that people should be avoiding?
Do you mean where Judith was taken from?
Yeah.
No, this was a 5-star resort. This was a Kenyan holiday resort, and when Judith was originally taken, that was an exceptional circumstance. That was out of the blue and completely against everything that had been happening before. I mean, since then, there have been, in that region, there have been a couple of other instances. But when Judith was actually taken, this was out of the blue. It was an exceptional circumstance. So, you know, this came in a 5-star holiday resort. It could not have been anticipated at all.
It's good to talk to you this morning, Daren Knight, on some of the more secret, hidden parts of the negotiation that may well have gone through to secure Judith Tebbutt from Bishop Stortford in Hertfordshire's release, snatched on the September the 11th from that remote Kenyan beach resort near the Somali border.
We've also got this morning the story